Is it art or is it pornography? And on top of that, aimed at the youngest. These are the questions parents of Warsaw children are asking when they visit the capital's Museum of Modern Art to buy books about, among other things, gender transition. In them they read, or actually see, since the books are accompanied by shocking illustrations, the stories of teenagers who have only one dream: to change their gender. After the scandal was revealed, the Ministry of Culture and the capital City Hall argue that the books are not intended for children, but the authors have a different opinion. Opposition politicians are also intervening in this appalling case and asking where the books promoting LGBT ideology came from. Questions are also being asked about the cost of building the Museum of Modern Art and why taxpayers must maintain it. My name is Jazz. This is the story of a boy who identifies as a girl. A richly illustrated book, this is one of the items available in the bookstore at the Warsaw Museum of Modern Art. One wonderful day, everything changed. Mum and Dad took me to a new doctor. He asked a lot of questions and later talked to my parents. And for the first time I heard the word transgender. The next pages, no less shocking. The boy's outraged at the teachers who do not see him as a girl. At the beginning of the school year, they wanted me to use the boys' restroom and go to PE classes with boys, but I thought it was abnormal. Hence the questions from law and justice politicians. Is this subject matter related to contemporary art? Is this a museum theme? And this is done officially by an institution supervised by Rafał Trzaskowski. There is much, much more. We will talk about this in the coming days, because this information must reach the people of Warsaw, so that they know what they are trying to push into the heads of children here. Because there are more such books available in the museum. Genderqueer. It's a story written in comic book form about a girl who really wants to change her gender. I was 11 or 12 years old when I started imagining that I had a penis. The main character is so intolerant of her gender that... Anyway, see for yourself. In the 7th grade, my mother bought me my first bra. I was happy because it flattened my small breasts so well that they were not visible. I began to dream of breast cancer because then I would have the perfect excuse for a mastectomy. Moreover, illustrated with almost pornographic drawings, instructions for oral sex. This is exactly how I imagined it, but I don't feel anything. In my mind, it was much more exciting. This is just awful. This is disgusting. This is something that must cause objection in any normal person. This is a further part of the woke ideology to destroy society, to destroy the concept of a family. We need to express our objections. This is just served calmly, served in such a way that nothing happened. Well, it did happen. In general, what is it doing at the Museum of Contemporary Art? What is it doing at the Museum of Contemporary Art? The Museum of Modern Art, also known as Trzaskowski's block because of its offbeat architecture, is one of the newest places on the cultural map of Warsaw. Donald Tusk's deputy is now the Civic Coalition's candidate for president, and he personally opened it last autumn. When all of you can see this collection, there will surely be even more of this discussion, and that is exactly the point. Warsaw is a diverse, tolerant, open, and ready place for debate. And there is indeed no shortage of reasons for debate. The Polish Ministry of Culture tries to downplay the problem and argues that it has no influence on the content available there. It also emphasised that the books in question are not intended for children. The Ministry has received clarification in which the Museum of Modern Art says that the queer section is not an offer aimed at minors, and that the book in question was not available in the children's section. The programme and artistic projects carried out at the institution are under the authority of the institution's director. It is not the responsibility of the Ministry of Culture and National Heritage to coordinate bookstore offers. However, page 4 of Genderqueer reads that it is an item intended for a younger audience. I think Rafał Trzaskowski forgot to hide this book, because at the moment it simply harms him as a candidate for the President of Poland. As the President of Warsaw, it probably doesn't harm him, because Warsaw is quite particular and liberal, and it may appeal to some Warsaw residents. But as a candidate for the President of Poland, it is simply harmful. He forgot to hide it. His people forgot to hide it, and they probably will in the near future. This is quite probable, as the capital City Hall also says that it has nothing to do with the sale of pornographic children's books. But the milk has been spilled, and with the discussion of the museum's offerings, questions on the unearthly cost of building it, 640 million zloty, are returning. Determining how it really was here is also a very important element in assessing the credibility or lack of credibility of Mr. Trzaskowski, who of course can speak beautifully, but it is actions, not words, that count. By their fruits shall you know them. One fruit already stands behind us, and the bill that was issued for its construction is itself a scandal that must be explained. The Museum of Modern Art as a cultural institution is maintained through taxes, including those of people who disagree with the depraving of children and young people. Every year it receives a government subsidy of 50 million zloty.